Hey everybody, happy Monday. And we just got back from the GCCA swap.
Of course, we didn't get back from it today because today's Monday. It happened previous to this.
Yeah, in the past.
But I got something really cool.
Well, I got something cool.
We actually got a lot of cool things.
Yeah, you did some selling and I did some buying. So
right.
I'm gonna say I because it's me, it's my fish. I got some tiny fish for a tiny tank. So that means tiny rocks and tiny plants.
These, we'll talk about them in a few minutes. These are some of the smallest tropical fish known to man.
They're amazing.
I actually had them once before, and I had them in a 20-gallon tank, and I pretty much put them in there and never saw them again. So I wised up this time, and now we're going to do a much smaller tank for a much smaller fish.
Tiny thing.
Stay tuned.
Ooh, I like it. Very, I don't know, simple. Actually, Jason was the one who picked the white background, and I kind of like it. I will probably at some point fix how you can see the line where I put the two pieces of paper together. Other than that, I think it worked out pretty well. I used just round kind of polished rocks, so a few of the larger black rocks. Most of the other smaller ones are granite. Oh, and then also just one piece of driftwood or manzanita branch that I got from the last Greenwater swap. Thank you to Mike. So Mike, if you're watching, there it is. The little guy. Oh, and you can see the sponge filter because, you know what, I did the scape as I always do, and I always forget about the sponge filter. You know, refuse to move it. So the sponge filter is just gonna have to hang out there. It'll have to do. I like how it turned out, and they look so cute. And I think I like the scale of the scape versus the scale of the little tiny fishies. The hornwort that's at the top are for if there's babies, keep them safe. And I only used 3 plants, 3 anubias. So I just kind of wedged them in between the rocks so I didn't have to worry about gluing them or planting them or any root tabs under the mysterious clumping white sand. This sand, by the way, is top fin. I generally like to use it, except for when you first set it up, it always clumps in a weird way.
So this is a great tank. This is a 2.3 gallon tank, and I know there are people out there like, 2.3 gallons, are you crazy? You can't put fish in a tank that small. I actually did an entire video where we discussed there's a lot more to a tank's size than just its volume. I'm going to put that in the upper right hand corner as well as in the description below, because sometimes a tank can be smaller in volume but far more useful because of its dimensions. The tank that we're looking at here, like I said, 2.3 gallons, but I believe it's 18 inches long. So this tank is almost as long as a 10 gallon. It's only about 5 inches tall and 5 inches wide. The dimensions here are very different than your standard, let's say, 2.5 gallon tank. The second thing we have to consider are the fish that are going in this tank. This is one of the smallest freshwater fish on the face of the earth.
They're adorable.
We're looking here at Heteryandra formosa, otherwise known as the Florida least killie. Now the males actually are smaller than the females. Like I said in the intro, I had these fish in a 20 gallon one time, and it was a complete and total waste. We never ever saw them because they were so small, and if they were at the back of the tank, they were nearly impossible to see. So this is a great layout for this fish. Again, the hornwort's up there. If they have fry, the fry are going to be minuscule, but if they have the fry, they'll be protected. They don't generally prey on the fry all that much, but I love this fish. It can be a cooler water fish, so around room temperature. In our fish room, we're right around 78. They're going to be just fine there as well. And we'll probably do a little bit more on this. Maybe we'll do a species profile at some point in the future. Joanna mentioned the Aquatop filter. I love these little filters. We didn't add cycled filter media to this tank for a simple reason, and that is we've been using the Fritzzyme 7 that has nitrifying bacteria. And it's been really good for us. It's done a really good job. We've used it in like 3 or 4 tanks already, and no issues, no ammonia, no nitrite. So it's basically an instant cycle. Again, I'll put that in the description below if you are looking for something that will help you get things cycled a little bit faster and avoid those new tank sort of issues that can happen.
Just as a little side note, this tank is right when you come down the stairs, so you actually see the right hand side of the tank. So I do have some favorite rocks in here. You know, when you like rocks and you do aquascaping, you will have favorite rocks where you're like, ooh, that's a nice looking rock. So I have highlighted some of my favorite rocks in this tank, and the one is actually facing the stairs. Okay, so hope you like the video, and hope you like these new little tiny fish. We'll keep you updated how they're doing. If you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.